Greetings and welcome my friends. This is Twister, a blue-white control deck that's more of a mid-range control deck. As with previous blue-white control decks, our aim is to control the board and then win with a big beefy. We have all the usual control elements from the counters to removals and sweepers to the card draw. What makes this deck stand out from the others is our finisher at the top. At only 5 mana we can get our winged horse commander in play well before turn 12 and can immediately get to taking over the game with his amazing abilities. Let's get to the deck. We're starting off with a pair of slip out the back. This is to save one of our men from an untimely end, or we can spare one of ours when we fire off a sunfall. Not that we want to use it this way too often, but we can also use it on an enemy to avoid a hit or to make a blocker disappear at the right moment. We've also got a pair of the White March to help with creature control. We can also use it to snipe an artifact or enchantment. But because we are not playing Field of Ruin, try to save one of these to aim at an opposing man land if you see any on the other side. We're playing the full set of clay-fired bricks. It's a great little artifact that gains us 2 life when it enters play and will also fetch us a plains. Being an artifact is relevant with our finisher. We've also got the full set of No More Lies, the newest counter that has gotten everyone so excited. It's essentially a mono leak that exiles. It really is the perfect early counter in this fast-paced standard. For card draw we have a pair of Silver Scrutiny. It's the workhorse here again. It's flexible so we can keep counters up and draw 3 at instant speed, or we can go for it and fire it off during our turn for as much mana as we have. Make Your Move is an instant disenchant effect that also hits enemy men with power 4 or greater. This is a very versatile card that we can use to take out a critical piece on the opponent's board. We have a pair of Filter Out which returns to owner's hand all permanents minus men and lands. Not only can we bounce their garbage, but we'll get back our artifacts and we can use it to save our Emperor from a certain death. Being able to reuse our artifacts a second time could be devastating to the opponent. Alquist Proft the Master Detective is a one of here, but we'd like to try to get him up to 2 or 3 copies. We can play him out fairly early, but we really want to be able to get him down when we know we can protect him. For X mana and 3 more we can draw X cards and gain X life. Plus he has vigilance so he can get in for hits if it's clear and still use his ability to draw. The Emperor has been a staple in blue-white control and we have her here too. By now everyone knows her and what she brings to the table. We've got 3 of one of my favorite counters. This will let us continue to recycle cards back into our deck while exiling the opponent's spell. We have 2 different sweepers, the first being Sunfall. It exiles all men and gives us an incubator token as well. The next is the Glyph Bridge. This will spare a single man of 2 power or less on each side, but the rest are destroyed. Which in most cases is going to get the job done. Once in play we can craft it with any artifact to turn it into the Sand Swirl Wander Glyph. A powerful creature that will annoy the opponent until it leaves play. And finally, our finisher. Ezrim the Agency Chief. He's 3,000 pounds of flying horse flesh that comes down hard. Only 5 mana and he has a strong set of abilities that help keep him and us alive. For just 1 mana we can sacrifice an artifact and give him Vigilance, Life Link, or Hex Proof. And for artifacts we have an assortment. From the clay-fired bricks to the clue tokens, Sunfall Incubators, Glyph Bridges, Mirex that makes artifact token men, and the Restless Anchorage that makes map tokens when it attacks. This guy is a power horse. For lands we have a Mirex for the token men. 4 Rough Fiend's Tower, the land we can cycle away. 3 Restless Anchorage, the blue-white man land. 1 Meticulous Archive, the newest duel that enters play tapped and gives us a Surveil of 1. We've kept the number of lands that enter play tapped to only 8. From turn 3 onward we really want to get our mana right away. 4 Deserted Beach, a duel in our colors. 2 Otawara, Soaring City. We went with 2 so we could play 1 and have another we can use to channel for its bounce ability. 3 Islands and 4 Plains. And finally 2 Aganjo, Seat of the Empire. Playing the deck is fairly simple. This is likely to be the easiest blue-white control deck to play that we've done. It's all about setting up the board and keeping it clear of threats. Our finisher is best dropped when we have 7 mana or more. But play him out on 5 you feel that he'll survive. There's not much the opponent can play that we can't handle. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Mr. Fail Khan. No wait, it's Mr. FL Khan. We start off with a 3-lander that looks fine. We have a sweeper and we're only 1 land away from being able to play it with what we have in hand. As we like to say around here. Keep your pants on. Well, that's a nightmare coming down. We're not really prepared to deal with a Lily that's gotten on board. And we don't have a lot of men, so we can't swarm the board and threaten her loyalty that way. When you have to take lumps, take your lumps. But fight back however which way you can.
Don't overthink things.
That's all kinds of ugly. We're going to make them put that back in their pants. Nobody wants to see that.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
Bob on your knob, I mean, Hob is things going from bad to worse. I think the only option we have left is to play out Ezram for the clue tokens and use them to draw.
Run by coin or carnage. Tribute is owed.
A Souls of the Lost is something we can deal with. Our Surveil land is here to help us out. We have an artifact on top, but it's not something we can use at the moment. Let's send that to the grave. When you get to Surveil, think about what else you would rather draw. In our case, we'd rather get to a filter out. As expected, our power horse goes to an early grave. But we get our clue tokens. With those, we might still have a chance. We get a glyph bridge to take out their puppeteer. Fire in the hole.
Oh, I have a job.
You won't be
Drawing a
outsmarting
counter is
me.
fine, but it'll be gone to Lily unless we have other cards in hand. Let's tighten the belt and use our clue tokens to draw when they activate Lily. A Scrutiny. I don't want to toss any of these two cards, so let's draw again. No more lies. I'm sorry my friend, but you're going down the hole.
Don't overthink things.
By coin or carnage. Tribute is owed.
We could hold the land and toss it to Lily, but if we play it, it's another card off of Scrutiny. I think we should play it. Let's fire this monster off for everything we have. We do indeed get a filter out. Lily's days are numbered. Her loyalty is at 6, so they could go for the ultimate, but they go for discard instead.
You won't be outsmarting me.
They toss another Hob on your knob. Which is great. They could have played it and gotten the token copy and ended up with 2 on board, not just
Pleasure
1.
doing
Alright, this has gone on long enough. Let's filter out and put a 7 loyalty Lily back in their hand. And we'll counter her on the way back down. You can feel the balance of power shift when they don't have a Lily in play. Now they go for double the Hobbs on your knobs. He has no way of defending himself from a 5/5 flyer, so that's okay.
I'm not afraid of any of you.
Defy me, and you'll lose everything. Pleasure doing business with you.
Agency Chief is here to run the table. If you don't like to get kicked in the head by a horse with wings, step aside. They play out a little pup. That's neat.
Your punishment is my
We're not worried about the
entertainment.
life loss here.
Defy
Our power
me,
horse can get life
and
link and that will
you
cancel out the
lose
damage.
everything.
They're going for more bobs on your knobs with Hobbs. We'll counter one of them and that will be one less activation this turn.
If you don't stand with me, you're my enemy. Go ahead, plead for mercy.
Oh, look at that, we're back to 10 life.
Smug
We've got nowhere to go but up.
Pleasure doing business with you. Go ahead, plead for mercy.
The pup comes back from the grave and swings in. Taking a hit wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but we do have Emperor. We'll vanish their pup for an extra 2 life since we were going to use Emperor to pump our power horse anyways.
You are not much of a roadblock.
We got one of our man lands. That will make a map token when we attack with it, which will feed our power horse until they are dead or they give up. Whichever comes first.
Well now, you've gone and ruined all my fun.
That's not all we're going to ruin. Bobs on your hobs with your knobs and corn on the cobs are all going extinct. I would ignore them, but they do have an ultimate that can be rather annoying. How the tables have turned.
Your punishment is my entertainment.
We must protect the people.
We're back at 20 life. Lol.
Wipe that
What have you
smug
even done
look
this
off
game,
your
bro?
face.
They come swinging in. Let's cycle our land for a different card. And we get our improved disenchant. We'll snipe their dragon engine and block up their little buddy. And suddenly they ended up getting nothing done. Oopsie poopsie bro.
I have got new moves to teach you.
We'll keep doing what we're doing. Going up to 27 life will pretty much put us out of range of their deck at this point. We came so close to taking an L. They agree and it's GG's. We're battling Liquid Snack 616. No wait, it's Lick Snack in apartment 616. I knew I'd get it right. There's only ever been one 4-lander that we didn't keep. This one is a lot of land. It's more like a 6-lander. We still can't say no. Keep. Let's get to fetching lands right away. Hopefully that helps reduce the amount of lands we draw. But then again, we know the shuffler. They plop down an Atrata, the deadly fugitive. In the comments write I if you want us to build a deck based on Atrata. And if not, type nay. We're not ever going to miss a land drop this game. Our surveil reveals another land which we will leave on top. When their Atrata hits us, they'll take the land and we're okay with that. Our land gets turned into a 2/2 with ward. Their board is starting to look pretty threatening. And they even get a Sorin that ends up making a little vampire.
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
We'll keep going with our land theme this game. We'll have Sunfall lined up for our next turn. Then we'll have to look at dealing with Sorin. On the bright side, we've got plenty of life.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Sunfall is absolutely beautiful when it saves you a game. We've got a slow plan forming to eliminate Sorin and get ourselves back in this game. They play out an evil Lyn, no Skeletor. Let's see if they send it with their evil Lyn. I'm surprised they do. That leaves Sorin completely open. I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you'll get.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
We'll smash Sorin and keep up our counter for any juicy plays they try to make. We get through with our token. Do they not know about the incubator from Sunfall?
Doomed.
A chair with legs. The problem with it is that we have no way of getting rid of it and it could end up being rather problematic. It gets countered. They swing in, which is fine. We'll trade blows all day long when we hit for double of what they do. Plus we have life gain, so it's all good. It's time for our power horse. We have a good setup here with plenty of artifacts to help protect Ezreal from removals. They send Evil Lyn like she's an almighty power-packed immortal. Alright, we'll take the bait. Block. You've scratched my power horse. That should buff out though. That's what they were up to. Nice try, A for effort but F for execution. Not only do we save our power horse but we also counter their virtue. Oopsie poopsie bro. They play out another Evil Lyn, no Skeletor. All that does is stop our token from swinging in. We've still got men in the air. That's going to be our filter out. The only thing we really lose is the clue token. We'll eat it up. They do get us, sort of, with this command. But by pumping their Evil Lyn we get to snipe her. That's too bad about your guy there, bro. We can't stop drawing lands, lol. At least we've had enough business spells to keep us competitive. The pump from this map token will give us lethal on our next attack. They manage a blocker, but their guy doesn't stop our air assault. Barring any miracle plays or heaps of removals, that should be GG's.